but that was raised to 5225. So what does the budget and administrator, what is the reason? If the department was only requesting 1,800. It's under audits and computer services.
I can't answer that off the top of my head. But it's 5225 is the correct number because that's the audit.
That's actually a contract with the auditors.
Okay, I was just curious why the department only had 1,800 in there to start.
Off the top of my head, I can't
Okay.
answer it, but
All right.
actually, no, because that's the, oh, wait a minute. That's right, that's right. 'Cause
You have a memory.
Okay, yeah, that's why we brought it.
The actuarial is every 2 years,
Okay.
and it's a lower amount. We decided to make it steady every year, so that way we can just reserve it and not get hit all at one time.
Okay. All right, now I am on page.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. President? If we're going page by page, can I jump in on page 4?
No?
Okay. I received a phone call today from Chairperson of Conservation Commission, Mrs. Soares. He originally asked for $1,800 for the Conservation Commission. It seems everybody was in agreement with that. But going back to May 2nd, it's not on. It's not on. Okay. Did everybody hear what I initially said? No? Okay. The Conservation Commission, Mr. Soares, the chairperson, called me today. He had requested $1,800 for his budget, not his, the Conservation Commission's budget. It was agreed upon by the administrator and the Budget Review Committee. Since then, there's been a proliferation of the beavers. They're starting to flood Cedar Swamp. You can actually see the elevations getting quite high. He's asked that another $1,855 be included in the budget to put in mitigation to relieve some of the buildup of the water in that area. Currently, there are roads that in the past year have become completely immersed in water. So it's something that needs to be addressed for $1,855. I'd like everybody to think about it. I will come back and ask about this at further meetings, but if we could just think about bringing this up to $3,655, I think we could review. This is not complaining, this is just reacting. So hopefully we can consider that when it comes closer to crunch time.
Just a quick question. Before, if we're taking that into consideration, is it possible to get from Mr. Soares an itemized breakout as to where additional equipment, additional, what is going into it?
I think,
before
if I may, gentlemen, ladies, I'm getting off track. This is the Budget Committee presenting their recommendations. If we have questions, I suggest we give them to the Budget Committee. If they're able to answer them, the administration may be able to answer them, but it's not. We're not here to adjust the budget to make a recommendation. We're here to take their recommendations that they made to us. If we have questions on why they add, so if we can just stay on that.
Sure, yeah, let's say later on if we don't review it. Fine, thank you.
We have a public hearing on the budget next week. Anyone can weigh in at that time.
Thank you.
Ready?
Right.
Page 5 of 13. We go down to Hallowell Utilities. We're looking at $37,556.
Yeah.
So we're taking students out of there, and why this number?
Can I get this?
Sure.
Actually, that was an estimate that I received from the school department. That's what they're currently paying, but that's only for about 70% of the year. So we took a percentage of what they're paying for Hallowell to run,
Okay.
and we put it on the town because eventually that's what's going to happen.
Okay. And one more. There we go. Town Hall, telephone. Are we going to get an improved service?
We will be going out for RFP for the telephone system. So
Because,
hopefully,
all right, because I know that the town has always paid pay for every phone call, so,
And we try to piggyback up the school, but unfortunately, when I call cops, they only provide that certain plan to school departments. That's what I was told. So, they got a really good plan, but we couldn't piggyback
we
up.
look at Verizon.
Oh, we are going to, we got all.
If I might ask, we do the move into the new building, we will be looking for a full new service proposal on the joining of the two systems and the service board. But the challenge with these is that we don't have anything to reference. We also would have to deal with the circumstance that, as was brought up earlier, we want to make sure that we have the ability to protect these buildings as much as we can. This utility budget will likely have to, or I fully expect it to have to fund water line and other utility line blowouts, winterization of buildings, that sort of thing, to make sure that we preserve as much of that as we can. So there are some unknowns about how we're going to deal with the Hallowell circumstance. We're quite certain that there will be no students there, but what happens next? We don't want to get overzealous about just letting things go.
I have a question on page 5, under town hall, cleaning janitorial, attending, which will be the new town hall of $20,000. Is that an outsourced service now?
That is the plan, that the building, the space need and our overall challenge with keeping our buildings, we feel that it's time to make a change in that.
Okay, page 6 of 13. How many dispatchers do we now have?
I believe we have 6.
6.
3 full, 3 part.
Okay. And page 7 of 13. The IMC manager for the police department. What exactly is the IMC manager?
It's a very expensive software maintenance circumstance from essentially a single source consideration for the data management of the police department computer systems. There is an ongoing effort by the Police Chiefs Association in the city of Providence to change that. It was hoped that was going to go in effect this year, that we've been targeting to save money on that. From what I understand of late, that has not moved forward as they had hoped. And we're stuck with this continuing, very frustrating, very expensive system that we can't accomplish competitively for.
Okay. Page 10 of 13. Our tree removal pruning has gone up quite a bit. Do we have a new service, or
Could you repeat that, please?
the tree removal service for the tree warden?
Okay.
We've gone from 2,500 to 10,000 up to 30.
That's a request from DPW and with my full support. And it's a result of the impact that state and this town have realized from the gypsy moth infestation 2 years ago. There has been widespread impact to oak trees, some of our largest trees, certainly and along the roadways, that we've had to deal with. We have spent every penny of the current year allotment, and frankly, have made a dent. We've got much more to do and anticipate more of these trees to deteriorate as time goes on. The state, National Grid, fortunately, this year did do a bunch of pruning in town, and we aren't qualified to be able to trim anything around power lines, and our bucket truck won't reach it anyway. So we're forced to go outside for this work, and expect that we will spend every penny of that new allotment. It's a safety circumstance, right?
And this is going out to bid, or has it gone out?
We use the state MPA as the basis for this year.
This is more of a comment, more than a question, but on page 11 of 13, under benefits, I think that we all need to start looking a little better at benefits. As you see, they're increasing 10%, 15%, 22%, and I know the percent doesn't necessarily just say what the number is, but they are significant numbers. Obviously, when we run a 4% budget and we're seeing 10 and 15% increases in our benefits, it's going to come into a problem. So this is something we need to keep an eye on as we go forward. Any other comments, questions from the board? This one, good. No questions on the capital budget? Sewer budget? Water budget? Good. Thank you, gentlemen. I personally know what it takes to do that job. I've done it. It is labor intensive in a short period of time. And just as I said earlier, we will be having a public hearing on the budget recommendation next Monday. We'll try to set the hall up a little different so that everybody will probably put it up on the screen so everybody can see it. And we'll sit facing each other, and we'll listen to comments from the population.
Okay. Right.
That'll be here at 7 o'clock. Right there? 7 o'clock.